Hello students, I know that all of you know about the five kingdom classification by Whittaker. In this chapter 2, biological classification, we will study all the kingdoms one by one. First of all, let us see the kingdom Monera. Bacteria are the sole members of the kingdom Monera. They are the most abundant microorganisms. They occur almost everywhere. Hundreds of bacteria are present in a handful of soil. And also they occur in extreme habitats also. In hot springs, in deserts, in snow and deep oceans. And also they occur in or on other living organisms as parasites. These bacteria are grouped into 4 categories on the basis of their structure. The spherical bacteria are known as coccus, rod-shaped bacteria are bacillus, comma-shaped bacteria are vibrio, and spiral bacteria are spirillum. So on the basis of structure, there are 4 types of bacteria: coccus, bacillus, vibrio and spirillum. Though the bacterial structure is very simple, but they are very complex in their behavior. They show most extensive metabolic diversity. Some bacteria are autotrophic, some are heterotrophic. Autotrophic, they can synthesize their own food. Some bacteria, they have chlorophyll and they are photosynthetic. And some, they prepare their own food by chemicals. So they are chemosynthetic. Bacteria are of 2 types. They are Archaebacteria and Eubacteria also. Eubacteria are true bacteria. Under Eubacteria also, some are autotrophic and some are heterotrophic. First we will study about Archaebacteria and after that Eubacteria. These Archaebacteria are special since they live in some of the most harsh habitats. Some live in extreme salty areas. Such bacteria are known as halophiles. Some bacteria, they live in hot springs. The temperature may go above 100 degrees Celsius. Such bacteria are thermoacidophiles. And some bacteria we can find in marshy areas and also in the gut of ruminants like cows and buffaloes. Such bacteria are known as methanogens. These bacteria are responsible for the production of biogas from the dung of the cows and buffaloes. So, Archaebacteria are halophiles, thermoacidophiles and methanogens, 3 types on the basis of their habitat. And then next, shall we move on to Eubacteria. These Eubacteria are also known as true bacteria. There are thousands of different Eubacteria. They are characterized by a rigid cell wall. They have rigid cell wall and some are motile. If they are motile means they can move. If some bacteria, if they are movable, then they have a flagellum. Eubacteria are also, some of the Eubacteria are autotrophic, some are photosynthetic or chemosynthetic and some are heterotrophic. One good example for autotrophic Eubacteria are cyanobacteria. The cyanobacteria are also known as blue-green algae. The cyanobacteria, they have chlorophyll A. There are different types of chlorophyll and they have chlorophyll A like plants. Plants have chlorophyll A. With this chlorophyll, they photosynthesize. And some cyanobacteria are unicellular, and some occur in colony, and then some are like filaments. Some are filamentous, some are colonial, and some are unicellular. If they occur in colony, then the whole body is covered with a gelatinous sheath. Some cyanobacteria occur in marine habitat, and some occur in freshwater, and some are terrestrial. Some bacteria, they fix nitrogen with the help of a cell called heterocyst. This nostoc, they have this cell heterocyst, and this heterocyst help this nostoc to fix atmospheric nitrogen. Look at this picture. This is the image of nostoc. See, here in this nostoc, these cells are heterocyst. They help in fixing nitrogen. So, nostoc and Anabaena are examples for cyanobacteria. And then the chemosynthetic autotrophs. These are photosynthetic, and then chemosynthetic autotrophs, they oxidize nitrates and ammonia. While oxidizing nitrates and ammonia, energy is released, and that energy is used by these bacteria for ATP production. They help in recycling nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, and sulfur. Now, I will explain you about heterotrophic bacteria. Heterotrophic bacteria are the most abundant in nature. The majority are decomposers. They help in making curd and in production of antibiotics and also in fixing nitrogen. Some are helpful and some are pathogens. What are pathogens? Pathogens are the microbes that cause diseases. So the pathogenic bacteria, heterotrophic bacteria, they cause damage to human beings, crops, farm animals, and pets also. They cause diseases like cholera, typhoid, tetanus, citrus canker, etc. Bacteria, they reproduce by fission, spore formation, and some by sexual reproduction. In fission, the nucleus of the bacteria will divide into two. During unfavorable condition, they form spores and they reproduce. Some type of primitive sexual reproduction is seen in bacteria. They transfer the DNA from one bacteria to another bacteria. So they reproduce by fission, by spore formation, and sexual reproduction. One bacteria, that is Mycoplasma, it is the smallest living cell. It is a genus of bacteria and it lacks cell wall. All bacteria, they have cell wall, but here this Mycoplasma, it lacks cell wall, and they can survive without oxygen, anaerobic, and they are parasitic. So bacteria are classified on the basis of their structure as Coccus, Bacillus, Vibrio, and Spirillum. On the basis of metabolic activity, some are autotrophic and some are heterotrophic. And also some bacteria are Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Archaebacteria, they survive in harsh habitats. There are three types of Archaebacteria: halophiles, thermoacidophils, and methanogens. Eubacteria also, there are two types of Eubacteria: autotrophic bacteria and heterotrophic bacteria. These autotrophic bacteria examples are Nostoc and Anabaena. And then in autotrophic also, some are photosynthetic and some are chemosynthetic. And then heterotrophic bacteria, some are useful and some are harmful. Useful bacteria, they are decomposers and they help in making curd, and production of antibiotics, and they fix nitrogen. Pathogens cause many diseases like cholera, typhoid, tetanus, citrus canker, etc. And they reproduce by fission, spore formation, and sexual reproduction. And Mycoplasma is a special type of bacteria. It lacks cell wall and it is the smallest living cell, and it is a parasite, and also it survives without oxygen. Thank you, students.